الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على أشرف المرسلين نبينا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين. Inshallah ta'ala, tomorrow after Maghrib we'll announce about Ramadan, inshallah. Not before that, inshallah. At Maghrib time. This is the proper time to announce whether the Hilal has been sighted or not, regardless of what happens in the entire world, inshallah. And we talked about the issue with the moon sighting, that the matter is easy, inshallah. Something that should not cause fitan or disunity among the communities. The matter is easy, inshallah. The reason why it's only in America and in the West in general is because we don't have a religious authority where everybody will just listen and follow. So as long as people are following the moon sighting, not calculation, then everybody's okay, inshallah. Whether it's local sighting or global sighting. This is a valid differences of opinions among the ulama. The jumhur of the ulama are upon the global sighting, but it's fine. This is a valid thing. This is something that has been done since the time of the Sahaba radiallahu anhu. So not something for people to dispute, or these guys are wrong, these guys are right. Just whatever a person is in the masjid, follow. And we ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to protect us from the evil within our own selves. But as mentioned before, if someone is taking calculation, do not follow them. And this is not about being together or united or so. This is wrong. This is even some of the ulama reported the ijma' on this. There is consensus upon this. There's no such a thing as calculation to be relied upon for the beginning or the end of the month. So, but as far as the moon sighting, the proper way, this is, mashallah, no problem with the differences of opinions in the matter, inshallah. One last thing also, inshallah, closer to the month of Ramadan like this, it's been always the way of the ulama that when a person is about to engaged in an important thing in one's matters of deen, like Ramadan, for example. This is the most important thing throughout the whole year. It's very important to start the month of Ramadan with repentance to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala from all sins, humbling oneself, being away from disputes and things like this, having the zeal and the help, seeking help from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to help with matters of ibadah, fasting, the night prayer, giving sadaqah, feeding others, being in the masajid. So that requires the help from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, because sins is the most evil. I mean, there is nothing more evil in this life than sins, with the levels of sins. So it always takes the person away from what is good. And there is no musibah unless it's because of a sin. إن العبد لا يحرم الرزق بالذنب يصيبه, as the Prophet ﷺ said, that a person will be deprived from rizq because of a sin that he committed. And the best of all rizq is the ibadah to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, is to be guided to worship Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So as a result of that, a person can be deprived from the ibadah because of a sin. So it's always the practice is to start these mawasim, these seasons of ta'ah, with repentance, with returning the rights of others if there's anything of such manner. If a person has anything, kafara, to get it done. All these types of things, so that the person then afterwards make dua to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala help us and guide us throughout the month of Ramadan with the ibadat. And inshallah ta'ala we'll talk about that inshallah ta'ala more tomorrow and the days to come. So we ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to give us ikhlas and sincerity. And if the first night of Ramadan is tomorrow, sometimes some people, they miss the first night because they always associate the night prayer with the fasting, right? It's okay, it's okay. So they think that they have to fast first before they pray. No, the first night of Ramadan is, as far as the Taraweeh is concerned, is the night before the first day of fasting. So tomorrow might be the first night of the Taraweeh prayer, inshallah ta'ala. If it is, then it's going to be after Salatul Isha, so that the person doesn't miss any of the nights of Ramadan. Because the hadith, man qama Ramadan imanan wa ihtisaban ghufira lahu ma taqaddama min dhanbi. Whoever prays the night prayer in Ramadan, imanan, believing in it and seeking rewards from Allah, his previous sins will be forgiven. That is for every night in Ramadan, at the end, with every day in Ramadan, inshallah ta'ala. So we ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to make it easy for each and every one of us. Inshallah, after the Sunnah prayer, we'll talk about Al-Ikhlas as one of the important things before Ramadan to witness, inshallah. Barakallahu feekum.